Is that it? Are you done?
I'm saying, I'm almost sure you're done.
Oh. Whew. I was very excited to see. Let's see, I got that. That one?
No, that's wireless.
Let me send
Turn
this.
your wireless off.
Are you sure?
Why not?
Well, because if I
You should have a hard line now.
okay.
Use the wireless, right?
How are we all doing today?
Good.
How are we feeling?
Wonderful.
Everybody get their workouts in this morning?
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
This is what we're gonna be doing today.
They haven't started yet.
No, they start in 3 minutes.
Just turn
relaxing.
the Wi-Fi off.
I did. On the side. Hold on.
Just go to that.
Yeah.
And then do config.
Oh. What is it? I'm sorry. CMD.
IP config.
Is it
IP config.
all together, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Space. /
Oh, yeah.
Go up.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't, let me see, let me check this page. It'll give us a good gauge of whether or not it's. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Are you cooking?
Is that right?
No, is Jeff Pruitt.
Oh, that's Jeff. He's the one that does the phones.
Yes. And apparently emergency services as well.
What?
She says, oh, you do the phones. And I said, yes, emergency services as well.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Jack of all trades.
So I have pretty much the drag cleaned up and stuff.
If you want to, just leave that coiled up after you're done down here, and I'll come back. What I did was I just stole the connection to the piece that's in the bunker
Okay.
temporarily.
Okay.
And I'll come back after you guys are done and connect that.
Do you want me to have somebody let you know when we're done? Okay.
What time is the schedule to?
1? Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. You're my favorite.
So
That used to be my job.
Where does he work?
IT?
You work at IT though, right?
18.
No, you guys are, what is it?
Academic technology, and then they're institutional
And
technology.
I used to be that person. I would make
The
the phones
phones?
live. Oh, yeah. I did all that at my other job. When I was a tech specialist in Pasco County, I would make the ports live and move phones and go to closets, and I actually enjoyed it
Yeah,
because it was movement all the time.
yeah.
No day was the same.
Plus you get to like meet new people all the time, talk to new people, yeah. Yeah, like tech or like Verizon, those types of things. They make a lot of like really good money.
Yeah.
Like really good money. I am. Okay.
Thank you, David.
I look different than last time.
Just making sure.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Sometimes I forget to put my name up there, so it says presented by name. And then I'm like, oh, forgot about that one.
And why do you look different than this?
Well, last time we did the strength training, so I was in yoga pants, spandex,
And not you.
and not heels. I actually put these on today and I was like, it's been a while, it's been a while. I never wear heels. All right, we're gonna go ahead and, cause I have 1 hour to present, so I'm gonna start talking. Because we have a packed with a lot of information today. So you all are here because I'm gonna teach you how to master your motivation. I'm gonna attempt to give you some resources and insights on how to master your motivation. My name is Teresa. Last name, you can just say P on top of your, if you want to go ahead and spell it, that's okay. But I won't feel bad if they're spelled wrong. But just writing Teresa P is fine too on your evaluation sheets, which I'll be collecting at the end. So a little bit about myself. I was here, I don't even know when, a couple months ago. I can't remember exactly if it was, I think it was end of November maybe. And whoever attended then, we did the Strength Training Simplified. So now we're going on to a great topic for the beginning of the year, which kind of, I was talking to
Brianna.
and it already feels like it's the middle of 2015. Am I the only one that feels like that, or does it? It just feels like all of it, like, oh, it just came and went. And so I know that some of us have probably made New Year's resolutions, or you're either on one end of the spectrum, you're made it, or the other one is that you've now realized you're totally against New Year's resolutions and you're never making them again. So we're going to give you some tools today on how to, if you did decide to do the New Year's resolution, how to do that. And if you're just deciding on, incorporating some new habits and new things into your life, how to keep up with that motivation. So the first thing I want you to do is you got a handout. On the back of your handout or anywhere on it, I want you to write down what your goal is. So either if you had your New Year's resolution, and when I want you to write it, I want you to write what you actually set out to do. So don't judge yourself at all if you haven't done it yet or whatever. I want you to write what you, when you were getting ready to enter into 2015, what you said to yourself. Did you say, I'm going to get healthy this year, I'm going to, whatever your goals were, I'm going to, smile at work. I mean, there could be a whole bunch of different things. I'm going to be fantastic to my husband and give him a kiss every day. So whatever that was, I'm going to stop drinking coffee. So it could be a spiritual, emotional, whatever type of thing. So whatever that was, I want you to write it. Did anyone not say anything to themselves when they went into 2015? So you just went, you're like, just another day, let's go. Yep. All right, well, cool. I'm a big proponent of planning and, getting yourself, your mind right, everything ready to go. So even if you didn't make a huge goal for 2015, ensure that you make goals for yourself daily, maybe weekly, maybe monthly, maybe 5 years. So whatever that is, that goal, that's what I want you to write down with no judgment whatsoever if you've reached it or not. So mastering our motivation. We're going to talk about the 7 secrets today. And I think you all, okay. Okay, so you guys actually have the PowerPoint. All right, so.
We'll get some more off the printer right now.
Right, but there was actually, the worksheet was not that's the PowerPoint, which is great, but there's a worksheet that goes with it. No, it's not, but that's okay. So you guys have the PowerPoint presentation, fantastic. But there was a worksheet that went along with this. And so that's okay, that's all right, stuff happens. So motivation, your 7 secrets. Defining your personal motivators. So when you have a personal motivator, what does that mean to you when you see that first one? Define your personal motivator.
Like my husband. No, something within yourselves that strives you to achieve.
Your husband would be an external motivator. Or maybe he's not a motivator at all, but he's external. Sorry?
Feeling better.
Okay, so feeling better, that's a pretty general one, but we're gonna start with that. So feeling better, that's defining your personal motivator on how to define, you can feel that, so that's your internal. You're staying focused to your personal motivators, focused on habit, not willpower. We're gonna talk about goal setting. I know that goal setting is not a fun topic, but we're gonna try to incorporate some great strategies in order to make it easier. Create a supportive environment, finding some accountability, and then welcoming change. So who here has ever read a self-help book? Right? I feel like I read one daily. Or like I go and look at my astrology every day. I feel like that's almost like a self-help, right? You get like a little wording. You're gonna be amazing. Your passion is great. Keep going. You're like, oh, they really know me. My passion is great. Okay, so we're gonna talk about right now what motivation is. When you hear your word motivation, what comes to mind? Is it positive, negative?
Positive.
Good, so positive.
Energy.
Determination.
Okay, so these are all like pretty powerful words. Motivation naturally ebbs and flows. So when you get to the point where you are unmotivated, what do you say to yourself?
I can't do this.
I'm in a slump. Okay. I can't, what was the one that you said? I can't do this? Is that what you said? Okay. So those two were very different. And does anybody know why those are very, very different?
Being a slump is temporary.
In a slump is temporary. What else?
Anymore means maybe
Can't do it.
stress. Too much stress.
Say that again?
Can't do this anymore means maybe you're under too much stress.
Okay, so when you're in a slump, it's temporary. When you're in a slump, you realize that motivation, you're not gonna be 100% motivated. Who in here knows who Tony Robbins is? Right, Tony Robbins? Yeah, he's a motivational speaker. Do you think that Tony Robbins gets unmotivated? Everybody does, right. But a lot of people, you beat yourself up. When you are trying to stay motivated and then you get in a slump, or you say to yourself, I can't do this, that type of thing. You don't, at that point, what are you telling yourself?
If you say I can't do this, then you're giving up.
Right, so you're giving up and you're not, even though rationally you understand, right, that motivation ebbs and flows. So, these are obvious answers. When you don't have a lot of sleep, or when you're not feeling physically a lot of energy, when you're having negative emotions, that type of thing. It all circles, right? Snowballs into not being motivated. So this first, and you have it on your handout, but I want you to take a moment to answer these questions. So the first question is going to be, how will my life be better when I've made this change? So we're going to think of whatever you wrote down, your New Year's resolution or your goal, whatever that goal was. I want you to now look at it and say, or answer the question underneath of it, how will my life be better when I've made this change? So maybe it was about losing weight, right? How is your life going to be better by making that change? Maybe it was kissing your husband. Maybe it was drinking coffee or not drinking coffee. So how is your life going to be better? Why is this worth fighting for? So this has to be a very personal reason. then the third question I want you to answer underneath that is that why bother making this change? So we know that change isn't easy, right? I mean, if change were easy, then we'd all be doing it all the time, which I guess in a way we are always changing, so. Oh, thanks. You're very thoughtful. Okay, everybody good with those three? Okay, perfect. So, powerful motivators. First, it has to have meaning. Two, it should be a want, not a should. Why is that super important?
Because if you want it, you more have to do it. If you should do it, it's a chore.
Exactly. So should, could've, should've, those type of things, you're always having that negative connotation. You have that guilt, that shame, right? I should have worked out. I was, I mean, I present obviously on health related matters and things like that, but sometimes I get to the point where I don't feel like working out. And so instead of saying, oh, I should have worked out and having that guilt, because I feel, well, and studies have shown with that guilt, you push yourself back. I should have done this. I should have done that, right? But you end up not doing it even more, and it snowballs into this huge issue that if you just understood that you don't have to, should have, could have. So intrinsic versus extrinsic. So we were talking about that before. Powerful motivator is something that you believe in, right? That is you personally. So not that your husband wants you to lose weight or that your husband wants you to kiss him more. You know, if you don't want to kiss him more, he's not going to get kissed more. And that, you know, that's a lot of things with relationships. And that goes back to the want and the should, right? I'm not doing anything on relationships today. You want to be, or you want to have a powerful motivator that's positive and inspiring, right? You want to get rid of those negativities and create a strong emotion. So here is some examples of some powerful motivators. My doctor says my blood pressure will go down if I did more physical activity, so I know I should try to exercise. So what do you see in that first one? Is it intrinsic?
It's extrinsic.
Because it's my doctor says, right? So you're already, I mean, if you said that to yourself, when I read this, I was like, wow, I don't feel like exercising at all. I mean, that didn't sway me.
That's a negative statement. A positive one would say, I'm going to start exercising.
Okay, so, well, the powerful motivator is, I want to live a healthy life. See, I want, not I should, I want to live a healthy lifestyle because I want the greatest quality of life for as long as possible. What does exercise do for this person? It gives them energy. It gives you the physical energy, emotional energy, and it helps you be present, right? Because it relieves stress. Who in here has kids? Does everybody have kids or almost has kids or, okay, we'll do this. Close your eyes. And I want you to, because everybody in here has somebody that they absolutely love, like would give your life for, right? Okay. All right, just go with it then.
Oh, my pet.
Okay, a pet, yes, a pet works. A pet works. So a object or person or living thing that you would give your life for, pets included. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think of whatever that is, that person, that pet, that whatever. And they are on a burning building. Okay, they are in like serious danger and you're like, holy cow, like your adrenaline's going up. And then you look because you're on another building and you're on the top you're looking over at this burning building with your loved one. And there is a 2x4. Okay? You're scared, right? I mean, that's incredibly. Okay, again, this person is somebody you will save, so. So that is how powerful your motivator should be. That you're ready to go on that 2x4 knowing that you are so scared, knowing that you are so unsure of what's going to happen to you. I mean, the powerful motivator is not to have you die, so don't ever do that type of thing. In this scenario, you don't die, by the way. But that's how powerful your motivator should be. So again, another example. I need to get a handle on my stress because my mood swings are driving my spouse crazy. I mean, is that really, I would be like, I'm okay with it, you know? They're not driving me crazy, so he just says that. So the next one, and this is the should, right? I need to do that. I should do that. I want to learn to manage my stress more effectively because my relationships would be so much better. I'll be more relaxed and mindful and able to be my best self with my spouse, kids, and coworkers. So why don't the mediocre motivators last?
Because they're extrinsic and they're not, you don't take ownership for them. They're not internal.
So who's ever done, okay, so now I want you to look at your New Year's resolution or your whatever that goal was that you put up there. Does it look more like it's something internal or does it look something more external? It's internal? Is everybody, who has an external one? Is anybody? Oh, nice, okay, great. Okay, so strategy 2. So we just talked about strategy 1, right? Which is to define your personal motivators. Think burning bridge. Stay connected to personal motivators. And so if you have a goal and you're like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight, right? That's first a broad goal, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But you have this goal and you do nothing to remind yourself to get to it. Has anybody ever done like a vision board or heard of vision boards, a dream board, that type of thing? So what does that entail? What is the purpose of a vision board or a dream board? Right? And people are like, oh my God, like it's some magical thing, right? People are like, I put it up here and it's amazing, I did it. You know, you're like, everybody's like, oh, I need to do a vision board. I actually do workshops on this, where I come to your house and have wine. So those are the nice kind of vision boards. Yeah, it's the wine. No, so you put up this visual reminder, and everybody thinks, it's some magical thing. It's not a magical thing. It makes it almost tangible. It's there in your face every single day. You're looking at it, right? So creating reminders of why to change. Pictures, inspiring words, other symbols, those are all part of vision boards. Putting reminders in helpful places. So right now, where would be a place that you are constantly at?
Yes.
Okay, as a visual reminder. I did my bathroom because I always go into my bathroom like a million times a day to either relieve myself or to watch my child or do something. So I have sticky notes up everywhere. You're awesome. You will succeed. And it makes you smile every time. So have you ever heard of Zig Ziglar? I love this guy. He's funny. But this is not, I think this is quote, but I didn't look it up verbatim. But motivation is like taking a shower. It needs to happen daily, right? So if you have your goal or you need to put somewhere up, wherever you're going to see it over and over and over, reminders and helpful places. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is willpower. Right? Like I hate that word, willpower. It makes you feel like you've already been defeated. Who's heard that willpower is not a part of motivation? So we've all heard like willpower is part of motivation, right? Who's have heard of it that it's not part of it? Have you ever thought about that? No? Okay. So are we all in agreement? Are we all believing that willpower is truth? Willpower, I'm not saying that's right.
That's an excuse.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get at. So willpower, it's almost, well, it's like an excuse, but it's also something that we can blame on. Oh, I don't have enough willpower. It's not me, it's the willpower, right? I didn't do it, willpower did it. I didn't eat that ice cream, willpower did it. Or I didn't work out today, or I didn't kiss my husband, or whatever it was. I don't know why I'm focused on kissing my husband right now. So we're gonna talk about strategy number 3 is focusing on a habit. So after your connection with your powerful motivator, tweaking your environment, support, change, taking small steps, habit will eventually take over. How long does it take to make a habit?
21 days.
Okay. Has anybody done something for 21 days and then after the 21 days you just like give up on it?
What, January 29th?
Have you done for 21 days? Have you done something for 21 days and then just given up on it?
I would say the first 14 days, and then something snuck in, that willpower snuck in on the.
The willpower, the willpower, it's the willpower. What does it mean, the willpower? Okay, so we're gonna focus on your strengths because willpower doesn't focus on your strengths, right? It tells you that there's an out. So here's the willpower war. Once you decide you're gonna make a change, whatever that is, hopefully a positive change, you have a positive or negative experience in your life, leaves you feeling strong emotions. You vow to start a new exercise plan or try to do better with your current one. This is just a example. Then you make a resolution, right? You tell yourself, this time I'm gonna be disciplined enough to stick to it. Then you make general plan, or you make general goals but no plan. So I'm gonna lose weight this year. Who said that? I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna get healthy. Those are very general, right? What does that mean? Because my getting healthy and your getting healthy are very different. You might have a chronic disease. You might have the option to sleep, whereas I don't, because I have a child. So then you have number 4, right? So you're ready to go, you got this motivation, it's general goals, no plan, but you're feeling good, you feel energetic, and then your motivation wanes. And then what happens? Willpower did it, because you feel now that you failed. So willpower did it. Then you get these negative, self-defeating thoughts, and you feel really bad about what you've done, even though you really haven't done anything, and you lose motivation. Has anybody ever been in this? Right? You're like, this circle. And you beat yourself up. Okay? So I'm going to tell you why not to believe in willpower. Why willpower is the devil. No. Willpower is unreliable. Willpower has a negative connotation, and willpower is finite. Right? It's definite. So it's almost like when you have that cycle that we saw, this one, happen over and over and over and over and over and over, you're thinking in your head, wow, why even try a goal? And that's what I was getting at earlier when I said, or have you even just given up on New Year's resolutions? Because you're like, why set it just so I can fail? Have you ever said that to yourself? You stop setting goals because you feel like you failed at so many before. Okay, so has anybody heard of the SMART goals?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Oh, I thought everybody had heard of this.
Yeah, I heard.
Who's heard? Raise your hand. Huh, that is a lower percentage. So, okay, well then good, because SMART goals are really smart in all actuality. They're incredibly smart. They are specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-based. So when you make a goal, a SMART goal, that means you have just catapulted your percentage of getting rid of that willpower cycle and putting yourself into a new arena that you're not familiar with, and that you have way more tools and resources to complete. Okay.
Is a SMART goal a goal that you know you'll be able to achieve without making the goal so big that you can't achieve it? It's like baby steps maybe?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. We're gonna do some, so I'm not just like throwing this out here and going, okay, now I'm gonna give you some examples on how to do this. And then we're actually going to do it with whatever goal that you wrote down, we're gonna make it a SMART goal. Okay? Unless you don't want that goal, and now we can do a new goal. So, setting effective goals, and we are gonna do a SMART goal in a minute, so. Aligning your goals with your top priorities and issues, values, focusing on one goal and a small number of goals. Who's had that to-do list of things that you have to get done? It's over, right? It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. So that's not what we're gonna do with it. With putting SMART goals in and to stay motivated, we're gonna break this 1 or 2 goals down, okay, to very doable action steps. Setting both long and short-term goals, and then using the confidence test on your goals, which we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so we're gonna do some examples of SMART goals. Who's ever said this to themselves? I'll start walking the dog every day. So I'm gonna start walking, right? So that was, right? You go, oh, I had this great thing happen to me. I walked around Busch Gardens all day. I feel wonderful. I'm gonna start walking. There it is, right? You say general goal. So now we're gonna make this a SMART goal. So if it's the, I like just spaced out on what my S was. Specific, there we go. So a specific goal, where are you gonna walk? Are you gonna walk around your block? Are you going to walk in a new park every time? Are you going? Well, that's the other thing. When are you going to walk, right? So the more specific that you are, the more that you're actually going to follow through with it. Next is measurable. Are you going to walk for 30 minutes? Are you going to walk for 10 minutes? Are you going to start walking 10 minutes? Are you going to walk 3 miles? The next one is action oriented. Okay, so you have to somehow start this. So what day are you going to start? Realistic. So if you have not started walking and you're like, I'm going to walk 10 miles a day.
No.
I mean, that's not realistic. And then time-based. So when are you going to start walking with your plan? So I'll start walking the dog every day, very general, no plans, setting yourself up for failure. You're gonna, you just don't start. The SMART goal, within 3 months, I will walk the dog at least 1 mile, 4 or more mornings per week. Now you can even go into making this a smarter goal by saying, at least 1 mile, where is that mile gonna be? 4 or more mornings. What mornings are you gonna go? Every other day, per week. And then how long are you gonna go for? Well, I guess if you have 1 mile, you don't have to do how long.
Just a suggestion, with this walking, something that I just recently started to get my exercise in because it gets dark so early.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the outdoors. I don't really take a lunch. I sit at my desk and I eat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go and walk the campus. I'll take the time and I'll get out and I'll walk the campus a couple times. And it's the same amount of time that I would have taken a break from my computer because I'm in front of my computer all day, basically. So I get out, I get fresh air. If it's cold, I take my jacket. But it's peaceful. And every campus is beautiful. I'm on the North Campus most of the time now. But I find that it's just very
So not only are you getting your exercise in, but you're also breaking up your day.
Right.
And you're doing it after you eat, which helps with digestion. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. So exactly. So that would be your SMART goal. Okay, so next one. How can we do this? Now that you had an example. This week, I will do one of my fitness videos. General, right? Then you look at all your fitness videos and you're like, yeah, you know, none of those look really great to do. I'm gonna go sit on the couch and watch TV. Right? So, I mean, I say that to myself, you know, if I don't have a plan, I'm like, I don't really want to do it anyway. So this week I will do check the airflow. That's not the SMART goal. I don't really know what that is. It's a projector?
Something like
Oh, okay.
Must be getting hot.
Everybody's saying.
So, okay, well, let's break this down. So this week I will do one of my fitness videos. How can we break it down into a SMART goal?
You have to choose the video first.
Okay,
You do, you have to own something.
At a
You gotta own
time.
it.
No.
so you have to own it. You have to, okay.
Time, duration, and day.
So then let's actually say this SMART goal. What day are you gonna do it? Give me a day.
Weekend. Saturday morning.
Are you
right after
reading?
breakfast.
Are you reading on this? That's what it says. No, you're not.
Saturday morning, right after.
You're just like. Well, it says Saturday morning before the kids wake up, but I'll take that. Okay. And then this one actually says like, I'll do my favorite 20-minute strength training video. But if you want to succeed, is get as specific as you can. So I'm going to do Brazil butt lift or whatever that is. Brazil butt lift? I like that. I can't keep up with him. He's fast.
I'll stick with
Yeah.
Leslie.
I can
Sam.
do it. I'm trying to be on Okay. Original goal, which is I'm going to work on portion control. Who said this one? Right? I mean, always. You're always like, I'm going to work on portion control. What does that mean? That's so general. So who said that they've said it? Okay, so give me a SMART goal.
I'm gonna plan my meals better, so I reduce my portions
Okay, when are you going to plan your meals?
every weekend before the week starts.
Okay, how are you going to know what portions are? So you're gonna find out, right, how you're gonna do. Some people use Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers is my sister loves Weight Watchers. She's like a huge fan of Weight Watchers because she knows the points right off the bat. So she can like look at dressing and go, that's 3 points. Or, you know, she has her app on her phone. So Weight Watchers is a way to utilize portion control.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, I've never used it.
Yeah.
The 21-day fix, has anybody heard of that? So it's a workout video that comes along with portion control containers. So they're color coded. So there are options on how to do different things, right? So within 3 months, I will think through my hunger and meal portions before dinner each night. So this is another way to do it if you don't want to use an app or use some kind of fitness thing that's out there. Okay.
You also reduce the amount of food you cook.
Which
With
one
what?
from the group? Does anybody
Just
have a goal that they
reduce-
want to work through?
Really
Really quick?
large amounts of food you could reduce.
Do you want to share a
The
goal?
amount. Like my husband used to cook for army. And
No,
now
it
he's
doesn't need
not
to be.
army, so-
It doesn't need to be.
You gotta twist it up.
Not shopping so much, not spending so much money.
That's a really good, so you want
Very
to,
hard for me.
you want to be physically healthy.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so, when do you shop?
Anytime the mood hits me.
Okay, so, we need to break this down and make it specific, measurable, that type of thing. So, we could do a couple ways, so I'm gonna choose to do it this way. So when the mood hits you, when the mood hits me to be, to shop, are there certain triggers that do this, by the way? Is it when you're feeling stressed or,
Not really.
Just in the mood. In the mood.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gee, I need a new shirt. I don't like anything in my closet. Do I'm over there.
Okay, so we could dive down into this. I really don't like any of your clothes, because that just might be an excuse. But so we'll say when the mood hits you, well, I don't want to say it. How do you think you should do this?
Well, I've made a resolution not to leave. Never mind, I won't say that part. To stay out of the stores unless there's something specifically I need. I don't just go to Kohl's just to go to Kohl's.
Okay,
That's smart.
Because I know if I go look around, I'm buying something.
okay.
That's smart.
Is there a way to limit the amount of shopping that you do? So do you need new clothes?
Not really.
Okay, so
Not
maybe,
now.
what do you usually buy? Is it anything, or is it strictly like with clothes?
Oh, it's in
Oh, okay, because every everything is different.
clothes.
So I was gonna say, because basically you should, do a check with yourself, right? So maybe make an action step checklist that you create, whatever that is, based on your personal motivators, and go through this checklist. Do I really need it? Might be one of them, or can I really afford this? What else would I purchase in the future? Besides purchasing this shirt that I'm probably not gonna like in 5 minutes anyway.
It's like organizing.
And then looking at putting this list somewhere that you can actually see it, and making the SMART goal to go down and look at this list every single day and add to it if you need to, or every time the mood hits you.
What about calling a non-shopping buddy?
Right, that could be on your, I'm a non-shopper as well. I don't even like going to the grocery store.
You're not a technician.
Okay, so we'll do one more. I will try to remember to breathe deeply when I feel stressed. So how can we make this into a SMART goal? I will try to remember to breathe deeply when I feel stressed. Anybody want to take a stab at it, or at least get us started?
Well, like take in 4 breaths, hold it for 4, then exhale, hold it for 4, so you have a specific plan of how you're going to breathe.
Right, so you have that's what the SMART goals are, specific plans, right? So you are going to do counting your breath. When are you going to do that? I'm going to try to remember. You can do it in the morning. When? Right when you wake up.
Back to your chair.
Every time you need to come back to your chair. So during work, this would probably help, since you're not really, I hope anyway, that you're not stressed immediately when you wake up. You could be, sometimes I am, I'm in panic mode. So I will try to remember to breathe deeply when I'm stressed. This week, when I feel overwhelmed with too much to do at work, I will take 3 deep breaths and repeat my chosen mantra to myself. So this is one of them. You can take it even further and put what your mantra is. We are all connected. I am amazing. Whatever that is. Okay. So we already talked a little bit about starting small. Okay. And this is really important, because obviously when you take too much on, or you're thinking about your entire to-do list, it is incredibly overwhelming. And then we get to that almost like a fight or flight mode, and most of the time we just flight, right? And then this also is the beware of all or none thinking. So that's a lot to do with the New Year's resolutions or our goals. And then a weekly goal review. Does anybody do this? Do you sit? No, you shouldn't. You don't have to. That's a should. We should.
No, I said, do we know we should? Yes, we know.
Oh, we know we should, right? We should.
We should do.
Well, if you don't feel like this is something that you want to do, then don't do it. I want you, well, it doesn't matter what I want for you, right? You should want it. You need to want whatever is on these pieces of paper, that type of thing. If things work for you, fantastic. If they don't, it's not something you should be doing. right? We're just giving you tools and then you figure it out. You're the one that knows yourself best. But for the weekly goal review, this is something that I do, and I find that it helps center me and focus me. And you realize, you start learning a lot about yourself on recognizing what you've accomplished, because a lot of times we accomplish, I mean, in 24 hours, it's amazing what we can get done, but yet we sell ourselves short all the time on what we've actually accomplished. So doing your weekly goal review is important to keep you having that healthy perspective on, wow, I did all this already. And then I wanted to do this, what happened? Did I not get enough sleep? I didn't have enough time? Was there a fire burning at work? And by fire, I mean metaphorically, which we all know always happens. Common mistakes with goals. So we've talked about this, the lack of the goals, the lost in the shuffle, right? You don't have something in your face. Too much too soon, spreading yourself too thin, not following a SMART goal, so making those general goals, and no immediate supporting action. So after today, we're gonna make a SMART goal for you, and then the no immediate supporting action means if you're not going to take an action step towards that, how likely do you think you are completing that within the next week or 2 weeks, or even month? Do you think it's gonna get done in 2015? Yeah. And this is your burning bridge goal. This. Oh, okay, there we go. Create supportive environments. I really like this one. This one is a great strategy for keeping yourself motivated and along the lines of keeping with your goals. So I have a goal to not eat chocolate. This is not really a goal of mine, but I'm gonna put it up. Because I want chocolate and I like chocolate, so. But I have a goal of not eating chocolate. Yep, every time that I open my cupboard, there's chocolate. Am I creating a supportive environment? No. I wanna go for a run, but my shoes are in the shed in the back and I gotta go to the front of the house and get my key to unlock the shed in the back. So I haven't been running. Right?
Run and get your shoes.
It's my sprint to start the run, and then I take a break. Okay, so we're gonna work through an example of creating a supportive environment. So you want to do more physical activity in the form of bike riding. What would be a great way to create a supportive environment for this?
Get a biking buddy.
Get a biking buddy? That's fantastic. So you have an accountability partner, which is one of the strategies. Okay.
Have your bike parked in a place that's easy to reach and the tires are pumped up.
Right? I've done that before. I'm like, yeah, I'm on a bike. I put my bike there and the tires are flat. You get up, it's cold or hot or whatever excuse you have. And you're like, that 2 minutes feels like way too much work. Right? So exactly. So you're going to create your environment. You're going to trip over your dreams. Literally, you're going to leave your bike, your helmet, your shoes at the front door. And so you have no excuse but yourself, right? So that's like it comes around about and it looks you in the face and goes, are we really not going? And by it, I mean you, right? Okay. Eating less processed foods and more fruits and vegetables. So this is probably everybody has said this. I always go, oh, I want to eat less cereal and crackers. And I have like all the cereal and crackers. I'm like, well, that's not gonna happen until I, do something about it. So your desired behavior, eating less processed foods and more vegetables. What's your environment? What's your supportive environment?
Don't buy processed.
So stop buying processed foods, right? If you're eating a bag of Doritos every night, stop buying it. Okay? And then now you want to eat more fruits and vegetables.
Buy them already prepared so that you don't have to fix them.
So buy them already prepared,
Yeah.
or if you saving money and that type of thing, you can make a day. So you can say on Sunday mornings, I am going to cut up fruits and vegetables that I got from the produce stand on Friday after work. or something like that. Does anybody use those, the Food Saver? What do you think of it?
I love it. I love talking about it.
No, it's like that little, yeah, the vacuum seal thing.
Oh. No.
I just got it, but I haven't used it. Yeah, everybody said it, so I bought it. Change. You will have to want to change, right? I just said everybody said it, so I.
I just got one of the new one. I've had it for about 10 years.
That's right. I heard it was great. So okay, well then I'll use it. I'll make a smart goal and set some stuff up. Okay. So desired behavior: better management of stress through daily deep breathing and experimentation with meditation. Has anybody ever said this one to themselves, or at least half of it if you don't fancy meditation? You what? Oh, no, I was like, did you say something about wine? Wine's on the mind, wine's on the mind. So how can you create a better supportive environment for management of stress through daily deep breathing?
Set a certain spot where you meditate.
Okay.
Schedule a time and a place.
So how are you going to remember to do that with your,
Put it in my calendar.
put it in your calendar, okay? Does anybody have like reminders on your phones, your smartphones? I used to have those all the time for drinking water. I would always do it every 2 hours. So create visual reminders. Set up your computer, your phone calendar, whatever it is, every 2 hours to take a couple deep breaths. And then you can create an inviting space for meditation at home or for your work. So we had talked about with the biking to create accountability partners, right? So this is, it's fun. It's, you have somebody that you're actually working with and that, you know, you're leaning on, that type of thing. So is there anybody in your mind right now that you could go and ask to be your accountability partner for your New Year's resolution that we wrote at the beginning? There might not be, but if there is, write their names down. We're gonna pull this all together at the end. So there might not be. This might be something that you wanna do by yourself, which is fine. I actually do, you know, another way to create accountability is online. So you don't actually have to have somebody there with you, because I know that, you know, scheduling in our busy lives, that type of thing is really hard. I run online fitness and nutrition challenges. And because that's how I work best with my busy schedule, is doing everything online. So we have one going on right now. It's called the I Got Your Back Buddy Challenge. So we pair you up together in an online forum through Facebook. So you get to not only browse Facebook, but work out and get an accountability partner. Okay. Last strategy is obviously to welcome change. Oh, wow, we're right on time. Boredom kills motivation. So if you are starting to feel yourself getting unmotivated, getting, you know, that to that point where you're like, wow, I really do need a change, welcome it. We all are ever changing. And this is specific to exercise and that type of thing. So, you know, putting a new, if you're doing a video, like we were talking about the Brazil butt lift one, you know, we love Leandro, but sometimes we want to see somebody else's face, or, you know, it gets a little redundant. Music, switching up your iPod, eating new foods, trying new recipes. So maybe you can make a resolution to try a whole new recipe every week. Okay, so what I want you to do is, with your New Year's resolution, I want you to turn this into a SMART goal. Okay, so you have on here, let me see which slide it is really quick so you can look it over. Page 2? Oh, on yours. Right? I was like looking on page 7. All right, I need to stop. So specific, measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and time-bound. So I want you to, and if anybody wants to work through this, I'm open to helping you through it now. If you want to share. Any takers?
What are you looking at? Oh, that.
So does anybody want to turn their New Year's resolution into something, into a SMART goal? Out loud?
Yeah.
Please?
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small
Yeah,
stuff, okay.
I do that. My husband always says to me, don't sweat the small stuff. It's not important, but I do.
Well, I think we all do it, but, okay, so you're going to have to not sweat the small stuff. How are you gonna do that?
I don't know, go on drugs.
Okay, so if you were doing that, then if that was your option, then we would do a SMART goal as to, number one, be specific. So you're going to go to the, make an appointment with the doctor and go to the doctor on what day. Ask him for what medication. No, I'm just kidding, but, okay, so don't sweat the small stuff. So the SMART goal. What relaxes you besides drugs?
Watching my shows from 8 o'clock until I fall asleep.
Okay, so
That's the only relaxation.
that's the only relaxation. There's nothing else in this world that relaxes you.
Weekends.
So,
Well, no, that's
zoning out and
stressful. No,
fun?
that's stressful. I don't have much fun. I work all the time.
okay, so give me something that calms you.
Watching TV from 8 o'clock on. That's the only time I'm not busy doing something.
So things like deep breathing, that doesn't work.
Oh, I do that. I even have the little thing from the hospital that my husband had to use, you know, that little breath thing.
I don't know what that is.
The one with the ball?
Yeah, you gotta get the wall in the line like that.
Oh my gosh, wow. Does that work?
Well, see, when I get stressed, I get short of breath.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, something like that.
What about a mantra? Have you ever done mantras?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so what's something that you connect with? Of being calming, a phrase or a word or even a sound.
I like to shop.
Shop, 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 shop.
Okay, suggestion.
Yeah, what's your suggestion?
Well, I have a fortune cookie thing, you know, fortune cookie, fortune.
Okay,
On my, I look at it every day.
okay.
Maybe she can make one that says, how is this gonna matter in 10 years?
That's what he always says to me. He says, you're not even gonna remember this in a year.
But you don't connect with that, right? So it's not gonna be a personal motivator for you to stop. You're like, yeah, who cares? I don't care what you're saying. Maybe I will care in 10 years.
Yeah, I'll probably remember it too.
Right? So you have to have something that is a personal connection. So we'll just go with the mantra shop, right? So you're gonna say every 2 hours, you can set a time on your phone, or you could put notes everywhere that says shop, everywhere. I hope this doesn't lead into some other negative behavior. Or that could be one of the things, so you're creating the environment. The next thing about doing this goal is you're going to say the word shop to yourself 5 times every 2 hours. You have this reminder, so you can say that. Every time that somebody, every time you get stressed, you say this word shop to yourself.
Okay.
5 times
I don't
in
get
order.
stressed at work.
Okay.
I get stressed at home. That's where most of my stress is, really.
Okay, so say you have a stressful situation when you walk into the door, right? So with your SMART goal, you're gonna tell yourself, instead of being reactive to the situation, I'm going to say the word shop to myself 5 times before I open my mouth to whoever or whatever, or open my eyes. But it has to be a word that actually, or some kind of phrase that you actually resonate with.
Okay.
It could be shock, because that could make you smile and think, you know what, don't smell, I know.
It doesn't matter. That's what I need to say to myself.
So say it 5 times to yourself. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Before you open up your eyes. And then reevaluate that in a week. Did you have a question here? No. Oh, just- Okay, so does anybody have any questions?
Oh, I've got another relaxing thing you can do.
Mhm.
If you have a pet, it's very relaxing to sit there and brush them or pet them. It lowers the blood pressure. It's true. It's true.
I never, I'm not an animal person.
Well-
Don't don't like, some people, I say that to, they're like ready to shoot me. But I did have a dog that I grew up with, and she was the only dog that was like that. I mean, I've had her, well, we had her for when I was like 5 years old too, whatever. And I never liked petting any dogs, but I really did enjoy, you know, being next to her, the warmth, and obviously because you have a bond. So, all right, well, ladies and gents, thank you so much. If you have any questions, let me know now. If not, then please, 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 please fill this out, because I do have to return these. This is Master Your Motivation, Teresa, TRESA, and P, and then I don't know what else is on there to fill out. But I appreciate your time. I appreciate you all, and I hope that you have some strategies to take with you. And a full belly. Thank you. That's always a good thing.